Hi guys! So for today's eyebrow tutorial, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, and the shade is Brunette. So I like this one because it's double-sided. It has the pencil liner side and then the spoolie, which is going to be very helpful. And what I usually like to do is start off by sketching my brows, and I always start at the bottom first by creating a line and then just extending my brows. And what I'm doing here is I'm creating hair-like strokes onto my eyebrows, and as you guys can see, I have very light hair, so it looks like I almost don't have any. So I'm gonna be doing this throughout my whole entire eyebrow. And once I'm done with that, I take the spoolie side and I start to lighten everything up on my brows, and this is just going to blend in with my natural hair. And now what I'm doing is I'm going to start creating the top portion of my brows. So as you can see, I'm starting to shape and line everything out. And while I do that, I'm also making sure that I start to fill and shade in all of my sparse spots. And what I do is always focus the darkness on the ends of my brows. And when I start working on the front again, I always make sure to keep a light hand and do hair-like strokes as well. So in case you have too much color on one area, don't worry about it because you can always go back with a spoolie and fade everything out. And you're going to notice that I shade my eyebrows in. I always go back and fix it, and I always use a spoolie to lighten everything up. And I'm going to go back and forth all the time, so just make sure that you take your time when doing your eyebrows. And now with my Studio Finish concealer, I'm going to use this to clean up my eyebrows just to make sure that everything is nice and defined. With an angled brush, I'm going to apply the concealer right alongside the bottom of my eyebrows. And as you can see, I'm basically just outlining the bottom portion of my eyebrows, and I'm just making sure that I stay as close to the edges as I can. Now I'm going to go back and lightly fade the concealer out, and I'm also making sure that I'm not dragging the concealer down too far so that it doesn't cover my eyeshadows. So what I'm doing here is just taking a blending brush with leftover eyeshadows on it and blending it into the concealer. And then I'm also taking a flat brush to blend out any areas of my eyebrows that has too much concealer. And now what I'm doing is just basically going back and coloring in or shading any areas of my eyebrows that needs to be filled. Finally, the last step that I do to my eyebrows, this is definitely optional, but if you have very light or no hair like I do, I really do recommend it. What I do is I take a mascara and I start to brush it onto the hairs of my brows, and I always make sure that I go very lightly and build it as I go. And I love doing this step because it's going to add product onto the hair of your brows and it's going to help extend it, so you're going to look like you actually have fuller eyebrows. And this is basically how I do my brows, so I hope that you guys found it helpful, and thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!